Hi everybody, my name's Paul Murphy and I've got a passion for hats. Today I've had another box arrive and of course it's another hat. Now let's get this open and see what we've got today. I'm expecting a few hats at the moment, so been on a bit of a buying spree, whatever it's like, and not quite sure which one this is. So, oh, here we go. Lots of packing. Okay. It's okay. It's a Lock&Co and it's a Trilby and it's a fur felt. Let's just get that out of the way for a second. Right, okay. It's brown, very light, very soft. No liner in it, but that's how it would have come from the manufacturer. It has got the Lock&Co name inside the actual. Let me come round and so. You can hear in the camera there, you have to see it. The Lock&Co branding inside. It's got a nice sweatband there, which I'll give a good clean and maybe, oh, it's got a bit of a scuff there actually. I'm gonna have to rub that down and put a bit of leather dye on it. But it's very soft, softer than some of them that I've seen. So it's a very nice hat. Let's do some measurements on it. So the brim itself is 5 centimeters, so it's really a trilby. The front of the hat here, the brim, the crown is 9 and a bit centimeters, so that's really quite low. At the back, it's about 9 centimeters. So a really distinctive sort of style on this one. So I think I will give it a good clean. It's actually looking as though the gentleman who's had it has clearly put his fingers on the crown here to put it on his head, and that has left a lot of the grease from his hands on the actual felt, which is a shame, but should be able to get that off with a bit of steam and a bit of hard work. But I think once this is given a bit of love and attention, it will really come back and be reborn as a really nice hat. So a shape which is more flat on the top actually, isn't it? Rather than some of them where they're curved up at the front there. A very sort of traditional English Lock&Co hat. So I'll take it through to the hat room. We'll take it through its processes of using the tape to remove a lot of the lint that's on there and the dirt, and then give it a good brush, and then introducing some steam, and we'll see what shape we can get into it. So here we are in the hat room with the Lock&Co hat that I showed you earlier on and we were unboxing. Now I'm going to start off by using the tape to take off all the excess dust and what have you on there. So to give it a bit of something to push against, I'm going to use this block, and it's should just, oh, it would appear that the hat has shrunk, because that should have gone on there quite straightforward and easily, but it didn't. So here's the tape. We're just going to take a sizable chunk of tape off, and as you've seen me do before, oh, I'm going to roll it around my hand with the sticky side out, and then we're going to dab the hat, and there we go. And we're just going to carry on dabbing that all over as much as we can to get all of the excess dust and dirt off. Wow, I don't know if you can see that, but there's quite a lot coming off of there. So I'm going to have to do this a few times. Okay. So we go around the edges, just turning around the block as you go, and you can see the colour change actually when you're doing this. It's quite It's quite sort of therapeutic, to be honest. I think this might have been a farmer's hat, you know. Anyway, we'll soon have it looking much better than it did when it came in. There we go. So, still lots more coming off of there. Let's take it off and see if we can do underneath the hat and do the around the brim here as well. It's pretty well stuck into the block, or block stuck into the hat at the moment. So let's see if we can free it up a bit. Here it comes. Right. What I'll do is I'll put a bit of steam on in a moment and just reblock it over the block, and it'll give it a bit more shape to be able to push against, because I think this is going to need quite a lot of brushing and cleaning. But there is an awful lot coming off of here, so that's a good start. So I'm going to put it through a good brushing session now. So I'm going to start. I've got two brushes here. One's a horsehair brush, which is quite soft actually to the touch, and the other one has got two sides to it. One is slightly stiffer than the other. So I usually start with the stiff one, and what we're going to do is go anti-clockwise. So we always go anti-clockwise, and what this should do is get in between the fibres and really get the dirt coming out of the hat. And I think I mentioned earlier that there's quite a lot of what do they call it? The hand grease that come out onto this hat, where the gentleman has used his hands to hold in the crown here rather than on the brim to put it on and take it off. But this will, I'm sure, come up well. So just going around the hat and giving a good strong brush off at the moment. Now, what I would say is that if you know there's a lot of dirt that's coming off, or a lot of fibres that are coming out, it's sometimes worth wearing a mask. Now, I haven't got a mask today because I'm doing the video, and actually there's not a lot of dust coming off, but just bear that in mind, that especially if you suffer from asthma or anything like that. Okay, so what we've got is, it's coming up quite well actually. So I'm going to put some steam on it and put it over this block. So we're reblocking it, and actually it might be worth using my trusty puller downer, really just to give it a bit of shape around this block. I'm going to give it a bit more steam. There we go. See if that will stretch down any better. Oh, yeah. That's better. It's just about coming. You can see it's not quite tight down there on the block, but it's gone down quite well. So that gives me something more to both brush on and clean round. I'm going to put a bit more steam on the brim this time, just to see if we can get better colour in the brim and better shape in the brim. Okay. Oh, that's made it very soft and pliable. There we are. So we're going back to a fairly, bare shape at the moment with this open crown approach. It's really just getting back to the basics so we can reshape the hat, and hopefully it will give it a better shape, a better look and feel, and a bit more life in it. So almost got it out. There we go. Now so to put the shape back in the hat, what you do is you turn it over and you find out where the bow is at the back, obviously here, and just put your finger and thumb so you know roughly where the back is. Now I usually do something like that so that you've got a balance, and then put it down on the flat. And in this case we've got a crown that goes from front to back with a crease. So we're going to go on there, we're going to put our thumbs down and in between, very much, don't know whether you can see it, but very much like that. Now then we're going to have a little pinch at the front, and I'm going to put a little drop more steam on here, and as I'd like the front of the crown to be a little bit further up than it was when it was from the gentleman that I bought it from. Really just to give it a bit more style, to be fair. Now, if you recall, when we first saw this, the pinch was really very tight at the front there, and I've just loosened it up so that it's got a little bit of space in between the two indentations, and I think that's going to look smarter. Now, the brim is beginning to look okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape it around so that the whole thing comes up, and what that'll do is it'll make it perhaps easier to snap it down. So let's have a see if we can get that into a better shape. What I normally do here is use the board to just balance it against and actually just roll it around on the board, and that will give it a bit more shape. There we are, both on the sides and at the front there. So that's just now cooling off, and it should just snap. Oh, look at that. I heard that snap. I don't know if it came out on the camera, but it certainly made a noise when it snaps, and that is a very nice little hat right now. Now let's just check the size. Inside it says it's a size, I think it says a size 7. Let's have a look. Size 7, 57. So if I take my trusty sizes and put it around inside, it's coming out at about 6 7/8. Now I think really if it's a 7, then it's actually gone down about 1/4 of a size, so this needs to be stretched. So what I want to do before I go any further is get the stretcher out. Okay, so here's my trusty stretcher, and as some of you already seen, it's one of those where you put the hat on, turn the handle, and you can probably see it's in 2 parts and it's coming apart. So let's put it back up together to start off with, and we're going to put some heat into the hat, put it over the top, and then wind it out. Now down the bottom on here, which you can just see there, is the scale where the hat sizing is, so I can wind it out to the desired size. I usually go a little bit further, and then when it comes back after it's dried and cooled down, it will settle to the right size. So let's Let's put this back to an open crown shape again. Put some steam on it. Let's put it on here. There we go. And start to wind it out. Now, there we are. What we're going to do is put a bit more steam on it. Lovely. So that it feels a little bit damp to the hand. Of course it would, because it's steam water going on to the hat, and it doesn't really take that long to cool down. Many times I will leave the hat overnight if it's quite a big stretch that we're going through, but it's not a particularly big stretch here, and of course it started off at that size. So the thing I'm just worried about is the leather band and the stitching inside breaking. So I've just been a little bit conservative on the way that I've opened it up. So this is what we're going to do, is leave it a couple more minutes and then remeasure it and see what it comes out like, and then reshape it. I've already taken the hat off of the stretcher actually, and had a good look at it before coming back on camera. And I don't know whether you can see, but where the gentleman had been picking the hat up by the crown, very, very small wear mark on here. So what we do there is we turn the hat over and find the hole, and then there's a seam fray glue that we use to put just a very small dot. Now, when you put a small dot of seam fray glue in there, it dries clear after about 20 minutes or so, and it's a very good way of just reinforcing that area. Now, clearly, if you darned it, you'd see it. You could wool felt it, but in this case, it's just too small. So what I'd say is it reinforces the fact that when you put a hat on, always pick it up by the brim and pop it on rather than by the crown. I know this is quite an old hat now, so it's only to be expected, but I'm going to just give it a bit of steam. And for this, I've just heated up my little steamer, which takes about, I don't know, about 30 seconds to put a bit of steam out, and it's sufficient just to give the hat a little bit of shape after it's had the stretcher put on it. So all we're looking at really is any marks at the top here where it may well have been stretched a bit far, but this one's absolutely fine. It's gone on well. It's come out well. I'm very pleased with the result actually. I'm going to give it a quick brush. As you remember, it's always anti-clockwise. Just cleans off all the dust, debris. I'm lucky that the gross grain on this is an acceptable level, otherwise I would be into taking that off and replacing it. But I think that will probably see us absolutely fine on this beautiful Lock&Co hat. So a very nice little hat for somebody. If you've got a passion for hats, keep watching the channel. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.